Let me tell you something, my friends. Speaking practice is the most important thing in learning English because in all the English learners, they all do listening practice. They watch English movies, they watch cartoon, and they practice with them. Whenever they speak in the cartoon, we also speak. They practice with them. There is nothing wrong with it. And when it comes to reading, around 90% of the English learners, they do the reading part as well. They have short stories, they have comic books, they read it out loud, they do the practice. But when it comes to speaking practice, very few people do it. Most of us, we don't do the speaking practice. I know it's very difficult. I know it's a very boring thing because I've been doing the speaking practice for a long time. Nowadays what I do is I do speaking practice at least twice or thrice in a week because I'm very comfortable with English now. But still I find it a very boring thing because you have a lot of commitments. You want to go out with your friends, you want to go and meet your girlfriend, you want to go to movies, or you want to have a beer in a bar. I understand that, but still this is very important, right? Because this will take us to the next level in our life. So that's the reason I'm telling you, speaking practice is the most important thing. So do not lose interest on that. Okay, even if you don't do listening, even if you don't do reading, try to do the speaking practice at least once in every day. Just 20 minutes I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. There is something called 100 hours theory. Do you know what that is? If you can practice a thing, it could be anything, any discipline, either martial arts or singing or dancing, whatever it is. If you can practice 18 minutes a day, and if you can continue it for 365 days or 1 year, by the time you complete 1 year, you will be beating all the people who are learning English. 90% of the people you can beat. So that's how it's done. You can overpower 90% of the people who are already practicing that in your field, because consistency, you are doing it every day. Just 20 minutes a day you spend, and if you continue it for 1 year, you will be on the top level. So that's why speaking practice is very important in learning English. So I'll tell you how this is done. Okay, so what to speak? Whenever I try to speak something, I go blank. I don't, I'm not even able to think of anything. I just speak two, three words and that's all. I'm going blank. So what to do with that? How to handle that? I understand. I will tell you some ideas that what I have followed. First thing is, for speaking practice, the most easiest topic is explain what happened today in your life. Okay, what did I do today? The daily activities. That's the most easiest thing in the speaking practice. Okay, like for example, I'll tell you what happened in my life today. Today I woke up at around 8 o'clock. I went for jogging. I came back at 10 o'clock. I had food. Now I'm recording this video. I wrote a script before that. I'm recording this video. So it's very easy because we don't have to memorize anything. We don't have to remember anything, because whatever we have done it already, we are going to explain it. And similarly, this is very easier thing, but it's a very boring thing because you cannot explain the same thing every day, right? Every day, I mean, you have to do the speaking practice every day, and you cannot explain the same thing. For that, what you have to do is you can talk about something, an event or an incident that happened in your life, or the thing that you've recently bought from somewhere. For example, I'll tell you one thing. So this is an example. Okay, I'm showing you water bottle, I understand that, but this is an example of speaking practice. Okay, so whenever you want to explain about thing, don't think in English. Okay, think in Tamil. So just look at it and observe it and think in Tamil. Think of it in Tamil. Okay. So let's talk about this one. So it is a water bottle. இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு water bottle. இது வந்து ஒரு first point. And it has a green color cap on it, cap or lid, whatever you want to call. This is a green color lid on it. That's the second point. It has some amount of water in it because I've already drunk all the water. That's the third point. And it has a label pasted in it, and it has something written on it in English. And it is a 1 liter water bottle. I bought it yesterday. I bought it for 20 rupees, and it's not very heavy or hard. It's I can easily press it. It's a cylindrical in structure. It's this is how you have to practice. Whatever you observe, just look at it. Whatever you observe, you think of it in Tamil, write down it in Tamil. In the beginning we have to use Tamil. You think about it and write down in Tamil, then translate that into English, then you speak it. So that's how it's done. Once you start doing it, after 2 3 weeks, you will have the natural flow. You don't have to even think about it in Tamil. The moment you saw a thing, you start explaining about it in English. So it will come with practice. But in the beginning, you have to use Tamil, and then you translate that into English. In my previous video, I told you that you have to do the speaking practice for 10 minutes a day, right? I know doing 10 minutes is very difficult because speaking for 10 minutes is not a practice, actually, it's a speech. We don't want any speech here, we just want a practice. So for that, what you can do is, if you're finding difficulties to talk 10 days, sorry, if you're finding difficulties to talk in 10 minutes, what you can do is you can reduce your time to 2 minutes. Try to speak for 2 minutes, and then take 2 minutes break, then try to speak the same topic for another 2 minutes, but this time try to make some improvements, like focus on your volume, speak it a little louder, or focus on your words, speak it very clearly. Do not ever focus on your grammar. Whenever you are doing speaking practice, don't focus on your grammar, because grammar is the only thing that makes us to quit learning English. We always want to learn perfectly, we always want to speak perfectly. In the beginning itself, we want to speak with full of proper grammar. That's not going to happen. It's not at all possible to anyone if we are learning any language. So don't just forget about grammar, just forget about how you pronounce the words. That is also fine. Even if you're pronouncing it wrongly, but try to make it very clear. Whenever you speak in English, try to speak clearly, with slowly, and with proper space between two words. That will make your English beautiful, because even if you are pronouncing it wrongly, that's absolutely fine. You can learn it later. We are watching English movies, we can get the words, we can get the pronunciation later. That's fine. Well, you do this for 2 minutes, and then you take a break for 2 minutes. Again, you do this for 2 minutes with a little improvement. Again, you take a break for 2 minutes. Then the last time you do it for another 2 minutes. So you have to practice 3 times a day. And I mean, if you're practicing for 2 minutes, then you practice 3 times. If you're practicing for 10 minutes, then one time is fine. Whenever you're doing some kind of practice, it could be any discipline like singing or dance, whatever it is. Whenever you're doing practice, do not tell it to others. Don't tell your friends that you're doing this kind of practice, because I don't know whether they do it purposefully or not. Even with family, what they'll do is they will always demotivate us. This happened to me all the time. I don't know, maybe it's different with you, but this happens to me all the time. They don't mean it actually. They don't purposefully demotivate us. They just try to make fun. Oh, Ram, you're learning English, you're practicing every day, you're a big guy. They always tell like this, and that will break our confidence. So that's the reason what I do is, I always don't tell whatever I'm doing to anyone. Whatever I do, I don't tell it to anyone. But after they see the results, they will see the improvement in my English. They will ask me, Ram, are you doing any English class or what? Your English seems to be good. I tell them, no, it comes naturally. I don't tell them what I'm doing, because that's what I believe. Maybe I'm giving you a wrong guidance, I don't know. That's what I believe. I don't tell people what I'm doing, because even a small joke on it, that might break my confidence. So I don't do it. I don't tell it to others. So that's why I'm telling you. So do not tell it to others whenever you do the practice. So you have to go into a machine mode. Let me tell you what a machine mode is. You know what a machine does? When you turn the switch of a machine, it just does. It doesn't think whether it can do it or not. Similarly, whenever the time comes, you just allocate a time. Okay, today, this time I'm free, I'm going to learn English. So tomorrow, this time I will be free, I'm going to use this time to learn English. So you do that. So whenever the time comes, do not think whether you can do it or not. My grammar is bad. Don't think like that. Just become a machine. Okay, you just do it. That's all. The time comes, go to a machine mode and just do it. After finishing the 20 minutes, then you can worry about everything. You still have lots of times for that. But this 20 minutes is very important. Your full concentration should go on how to learn it. It should not go on whether you can learn it or not. You understand? Like I already told you before, the sad thing about learning English is, most of the English learners, they quit learning because of the speaking practice. They don't do the speaking practice properly. You can skip listening, you can skip reading, but you should not skip speaking practice. That is the most important thing. Like I already told you before in my previous video, if you're not able to talk in a language that you're learning, then what's the point of learning it? It's obviously a waste of time, right? So that's what I'm telling you. So do not waste your time on thinking whether you can do it or not. Just do a speaking practice for 20 minutes in a day, and that's all. Then you can do about your job, you can do whatever you want to do in your life after that. But this is like very essential thing.